I'm sitting here and I'm thinking of whatever collective things. I hope that you guys are. I shouldn't just jump right on and start talking. So first of all, I want to say I'm glad that you guys we were blessed with another day in the mighty name of Jesus, and I want to thank God that we'll have many more to come. And I just want to thank God for you guys being a part of my divine space or whatnot. And I'm grateful to be a part of you guys' space as well, in energy and so forth. But first of all, I want to start by saying a lot of times we don't know for what reason we are led and guided by God into different places. God says we walk by faith, not by sight. And it was no mistake of us all meeting one another on YouTube, whether it's energetically or in person. And I believe that a lot of times, when we have suffered from so many different situations and altercations and from others or whatever, we come into a place of we want to sit down and get some knowing about different things, like knowledge or things that, may could be of the same situation that we may be going through, or things that have occurred in our life. And we want to sit down and get the feel of other people that may have went through similar situations. It could have been in different ways, but it still was similar. And God draw all of these sorts of people together. Rather, it's amazing how so many different energies are pushing and shoving, and they're all on YouTube and coming and going, and it's starting to amaze me because you just never know what you're doing or the reason for why. And it's a trip. And so nevertheless, I'm going to have to give this message and I'm going to get off because I'm going to go and I got to get back onto my routine because I kind of fell off. Because, guys, I really need to, get on the bandwagon of back to my journey of my health and losing weight and da-da-da-da-da. I'm too short by all means necessary for my tail to be this wide and upper body. I never had until I got really, really depressed and were having breakdowns like I were having in the past, and I hadn't dealt with a lot. Granted, God been working on me all my life, but I was trying to suppress things that really needed to come up and be healed. And I kept suppressing, and I would do different things to suppress them. I would At certain times or whatever, I went through a period of time where I felt the need to where I wanted to go out and I wanted to drink and I wanted to not eat properly and I wanted to, it was just different things I was using to crave that emptiness and to crave and suppress my hurts and pains. And, and now it's a steady flow. It's not as much as up and down, up and down, up and down, and all around, because you're not moving all around trying to do all these things to try to make ourselves feel better when we know and we're never. For a little, okay. So I got my missus over here. I love her. But anyway, she whispered, I'm going to go in the living room for a little. So y'all, excuse me, it was just a minor interruption. So anyways, I'm glad, but I think my child's father and like before he died, and it was in some sense, I don't know why I get the feeling like my mom, she was around me for 4 years before but I think that I gave her hope. It was only when they came and just out of nowhere took her down to where, where we used to, our hometown. And I don't think they should have moved her because I think that I was giving her hope. She didn't want to be in the house with me and the kids anymore or whatever. So I went out and I got her own place. And nevertheless, when we were growing up and stuff, my mom she didn't have a steady place for us to live or whatever. And I sit down and spoke with my sister a long time ago. I think I had just turned 30 or maybe been 29 or something. In the same way she was feeling about my mother, I had those same questions and wanted answers, but it was almost like my mom had lost herself a long time before she even started having us. Like it was like, and I look and I'm thinking right now, if I would have knew what I know now, that I could have better understood who she were and what she stood for and where she was coming from and what she was dealing with. And also often we try to point the finger and blame someone outside of us for what we have to endure, not knowing that God got our own specific journey and pathway that we got to walk that is never going to be perfect. Never, ever. And so it's good for us not to pass judgment and try to think that we know why a person are the way that they are or how they're acting or what they are doing, because we don't even be knowing. Sometimes those people be trapped. Like a person can be trapped and still be innocent. It's stuck as the child who was traumatized when they were traumatized as a child and we not know it. They don't have to just necessarily be narcissistic by all means, because my mother was a very beautiful lady and she did a lot of things that I don't think she was even aware of and that she knew. She didn't know any better. And if she did it out of just a learned behavior or something, the only thing that she knew. And so, guys, if it's anyone in the collective and you are feeling that you want to hold a grudge, or, and you're trying to wonder why these people are hurting us or have hurt us, just forgive them and go on about your business, because it's not going to do you any good just holding on to it, trying to figure it out, wanting them to come and apologize, knowing that they should, but they don't feel the need to because they don't feel that they have done anything wrong to you. So, guys, another thing I want to talk to you guys about is these labels and titles. Y'all, if you are holding yourself way up here above someone and you think that you're more than what they are because you are on a specific platform or you do some certain type of work or you've been doing a job, honey, we cannot look at you like that anymore. Like all of these strongholds and these towers, they got to be knocked down. These labels, Dr. Joy, this and all of these names that people are placing on themselves. God is telling me no, ma'am. I've been in churches, I've been around church people, and for the matter of the situation, and we can't say that everyone is just like or holding everyone for something that someone else have done. But what I'm saying is it's happening too often. Too often we got these labels and these name tags attached to our name to make us feel and think that we're entitled and that we're obligated to feel that we sit up here and people are sitting here, and that's not so. What you're doing, you are killing people off of their hope or of even thinking that they can make it and try and begin to even think that they can come out of the deep, dark places that they have been conditioned to think that they have to live in, or think that we have to adjust and stay in. We cannot do that. We can no longer do that, because what it's doing is, yes, you people are y'all attracting all these people and gaining all these fans, and they're just like you. You're attracting people who are just like you, and you probably aren't a good person. Your heart is far from where God would want you to be. So I don't care, prophet is this. You could be a false prophet. I can't look at you in that manner. I'm not looking at anyone in that manner. Don't step to me. I don't care what position you play in or what role you're being used to position yourself in, because we don't know where God wants you to be at. We don't know where God wants me to be at. I can't say if that person is supposed to be this, held in this, to be looked at, in that manner or not. You could be then just gained a whole bunch of demonic forces that's following you and being attracted to you, that are being connected to you, that are your subscribers, that have built you up a fan base of demonic empty forces that's going nowhere but to hell. I don't want to do it anymore. And then y'all doing too much. It's being too much done that's being more of darkness than it is of light. I don't care about Dr. Jar this. I don't care about prophetess this. I don't care about pastor him or pastor her. I don't care about evangelist this or that. I don't care about, because also often I have seen many of people play a position and their hearts are far from, so don't step to me with that. Everyone is the same. That's what's getting people killed, belittled, betrayed, backstabbed, getting other folks to look at a certain person as though they're nothing and you really ain't nothing or whatever. I don't need your triangulation, narcissistic abuse title that you have held over people heads for all this time, that have got you in a position and place of thinking that you are entitled to be or stand in a position of being someone that you're not. You're just like everyone else. No, ma'am, we're not going to do this. We got to clean it up. And, I don't care what church building, who you are, where you been, where you came from. We are not looking at people in that manner. So, all of that, all of these, look, the residue and that you come with and all of that, look, it got to be cleaned off, okay? We are not looking at people as what position they play, where they come from, what group they're in, who is upholding the group, who allowing this mental imprisonment of behavior to be going on anyway. It's too much and too many demonic forces being used and got titles and labels on their names that's making them seem to be of greatness in their poop. Okay? We're not going to do it anymore. We're not doing it. You can come for me, but you damn sure ain't going to like me when you leave. And I don't care who come with you. God is tearing that down. He's tearing it down. He's tearing it down. Don't look at nobody in no other way just because you go to church every Sunday and you are in a church building. Don't look at the people that's in the tarot room like they any worse than you are, because you could be more of a demon or a devil than they are. I don't have time for that. That's why God came and sit my ass right off in the middle of where they say the most of the most demonic forces is at. And they didn't try. They didn't try everything they can on me. Put witchcraft, all of that. And they saying that it don't work. Okay? They are seeing that it doesn't work. Okay? For them to try to put witchcraft on me, try to belittle me, try to think that they know something that they don't know. Baby, I done fought many of battles that I don't care what you say I did in the past. That is not attached to me no more. I didn't know any better. I was walking spiritually blind. When I tell you what Chris Brown made that song, I came in this motherfucker. I was telling y'all, I had no guidance. So don't hold that over my shoulder. I don't care what my father did, and I don't care who my mother was. Don't place me in their position, because God just used people as a vehicle to get a person here. He didn't say you are obligated and are to be as your mother and father, and people can stop pointing the finger at people and making them, wanting to make them be who their parents were, because these people's spirits could be absolutely different from who and what their parents experienced to make them be the people that they were. So we're not going to play those games, okay? Come off your high horses, because the game is not to be played, it's to be slayed. Okay? Now, here we go. Again, I don't care what talent you use. I don't care. Look, people talents are messing them up, because they love the talent and being praised and being uplifted above God. So your talent means nothing when you think that you are more than God. Come on now. Look, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. And that's a little bit more of the message that I came to bring, but I'll be back with the rest, because I wanted to tell y'all about situation. And when people know that, it's being weird, it's like I'm getting to, have peace with different people, although I I wasn't there when my child's father was killed or whatever, it was almost like he knew. He started coming down here more often, and he wanted to see me and, his daughter. My daughter was his first child. And people also need to stop looking at people, because if God didn't ever mean for you to have children, you wouldn't he wouldn't have made us women to be able to have children. Stop letting people put labels on you for if you got a kid, if you got children, how many kids, and all of that. That's normal. And if you were walking spiritually blind, you damn sure didn't know what the hell you were doing. And a lot of times you were thinking you were in love, and a lot of times for your emptiness you was using sex as a you were using sex to try to fill up that emptiness, and it was not helping your matter. Okay, a lot of people have went out in the streets, and they went out as well, just like we did, grew up fast, got robbed of our childhood, such and such and such. A lot of people got burnt at a young age, which they call a venereal disease, and they can't even have children, or it's things have happened to women where, when they were younger, they started hemorrhaging or bleeding too much or whatever. They had to have it removed. That none of these labels and these titles and these things make this person unworthy of love. And if people would get out of their own damn way and start really, really loving people unconditionally, it'll be more love instead of hate. And it wouldn't be all this, these people being learnt and taught to be gay, whatever, something that unless something didn't happen to you, that's the only way you should be walking inside of that type of behavior. And then if you can't come from up under that particular situation that you're stuck in from being molested, and it causes you to be gay, then, God understands that too. But we're not going to play these games, y'all. Look, it's no more time to play the games. I don't care who's speaking what or what you feeling like, but no. Just because you gay, it don't mean that you should be mistreated. But just because you gay don't give you a reason to think you can mistreat either, and think that you're held in high regards either, because you still got to clean that up with God. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying? It's out of alignment. And then I'm not going to just say it's out of alignment. No, I can't just say that, because your heart could still believe and trust and know and be of God, but you still you can't just at your very last moment and last breath be walking in a state of darkness and feeling the need to where you were sleeping around with men and you are a man, and you know what I'm saying, and doing ugly stuff like sexual immorality and fidelity and all different sorts of sexual things that that you shouldn't have been doing. Because no, God, the spirit's not gonna forgive you for that. You have to give, you get back what you put out. And if that's what you were putting out, then I'm sure you're gonna just fall on up out of here like empty and unhealed and unawakened and walking spiritually blind and doing things out of line. So we got to clean ourselves up. I'm not saying no one just because you're gay that you're not forgiven or God don't love you. That's not so. So I'll be back with the rest of this, but yeah, because it's more to this story, this message that I have to give out to my collective. And I very much appreciate all you guys. I love you guys very much, and I thank you. And hit the like button, subscribe, 1111 Cash App, $signs 1111. Email me for spiritual guidance in the mighty name of Jesus. I will give you a small price and we'll start doing the work. God bless, and y'all have a great day.